In this video, you're going to learn how to clean your tires the quickest and easiest way and get results from this to this. What are you going to need? Well, it's very simple. Some of the things that you're going to need are one tire brush like this, and if you don't have this, don't worry, you can also use your kitchen pad. You're also going to need one long brush to get behind the tire. Just make sure it has soft bristles, otherwise you will scratch your rims. Then the next thing that you're going to need are a wash mitt, some microfibers, a bottle of your preferred degreaser. In my case, I'm going to use super clean diluted 1 part water, 1 part degreaser. And then the next thing that you're going to need is a bottle of your preferred degreaser. In my case, I am going to use 303 Aerospray Protectant because it's a water-based resin. Even though silicone-based resins are way more shiny than any water-based resin, it's not worth for me to dry out the oils of the tire and lead it to blow the tire itself. And then the last thing that you're going to need, it's a water source. It can be your garden hose, your pressure washer, or a pond sprayer, whatever you have on hand. What tools are recommended? Well, while the recommended tools are not necessary, you can get the same results with or without them. They might help you to save you time and energy. And the tool that I highly recommend you, it's a drill brush. If you have a drill and one of these brushes, it's a super mega perfect combo. Step number 1, Jantish. In this step, we're going to clean the outer area of the tire, which is the rubber part. We're going to simply spray some degreaser over the area and we're going to let it sit for 15 seconds. This is to allow the degreaser to penetrate and lift all the dirt. And after 15 seconds, go over with your tire brush or kitchen pad and work the product. After you scrub the area, rinse off the dirt and go over with your microfiber to see if the tire is clean. If the microfiber is turning black, then this means you have to repeat this previous process. But if the microfiber remains the same color, then it means your tire is clean and you're ready for the next step. Step number 2, Frenish. In this step, we're going to clean the inner area of the tire, which is one of the dirtiest parts, due that all the brake dust stores here. Simply spray some degreaser over the area and go over with your slim brush. Apply light to medium force, but never apply a lot of pressure. I know brake dust is strongly adhered to this area, but the key here is to wet the area and go as many times as needed. And once you scrub and remove all the dirt, rinse off the surface and you will be ready for the next step. Step number 3, Rinesish. In this step, we're going to clean the outer area of the tire, which are the rims. Simply spray some degreaser over the area and let it sit for 15 seconds. And while you're waiting for the degreaser to work, rinse off and spray some degreaser on your microfiber. This is to make sure it's totally clean and to avoid any scratches. After 15 seconds, go over the rims and use your fingers to address every area of the rim. And after you scrub the outer area of the rims, go ahead and clean the inside of the wheel nut by using a small brush. And once you remove all of the dirt and repeat this previous process as necessary, you will be ready for the next step. Step number 4, Secadish. In this step, we're going to dry out every surface of the tire, and this is for a simple reason. You have to make sure your tire is completely clean and dry. Otherwise, if you jump to the next step and the tire is still dirty and wet, the protection is not going to adhere and the shine is not going to last as it should be. Simply, you can let the tire dry by itself or you can go over with your microfiber. In my case, I am going to let the tire dry by itself so I can clean the rest of the car. And once they're dry, go over with your microfiber to make sure there's no dust residue. Once the tires are completely dry and clean, then you're ready for the next step. Step number 5, Detalladish. This is by far the best step because here's the time when you can set yourself apart from everybody else by using your imagination. I am going to give you 2 cheap and easy tricks, but after that, it's upon your creativity to make your tires the best tires in the world. You're going to simply paint the letters over tires with some markers. Simply apply the first coat of paint. A good technique to ensure a full coverage is by using the square method. Simply paint the edges of the letters first to avoid getting paint into areas that you don't want to. And after you paint the edges, it's now time to paint the inside of the letters. Try to paint in straight directions and not try to go in circles because you're going to provoke some paint overruns and you're going to make the drying process a lot longer. The key here is to apply a light coat That's it. And after 20 minutes, go ahead and apply the second paint coat, just like you did with the first one. Just don't apply a lot of pressure because you may leave the first coat. And after you apply the second coat, let it dry for another 20 minutes. Once you let the second coat dry for at least 20 minutes, it is now time to apply the last coat. Remember to be careful and not to apply a lot of pressure. And once you let the last coat dry, go over with your dressing and let it sit for 5 minutes. Right after 5 minutes, lightly go over with your microfiber to pick up all the residue. And now that your tires are completely clean and dressed, it is now time to look at the results. Woohoo! For those of you who are interested to know what products I've used, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. And I'm also going to leave a free PDF with all the things that we just talked on this video. This is for all of my deaf community or anyone who would like to learn. Let's demonstrate we can also do it. Let me know at the comment section below or my social media for any question that you guys have, or any suggestion into how to improve my videos, or anything that you're interested and you'd like me to teach you. And if you're going to clean your tires and you'd like to share the results with me, make sure to take a before and after picture of your results and share it with me on Facebook or Instagram. I also want to see. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you need to know more vehicle enhancement skills, consider subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next video.